Hey guys, Mark Lyon, Lion Horses today. I want to show you a little tip that I kind of use for my poppers on my whips. And I make my own, and I use this hay string. So this is a string off like maybe a regular two string or three string bale. And if you're going to use this, you want to separate it out. So what you can do is you can just take it and split it. You can do into a couple little pieces and just it'll unravel there. You kind of got to untwist it a little bit, but you can get it down to where it's the right thickness. Now what I really like to do is I like to use this is string off a round bale, so it's a little thinner, and that's for me just about the right length. So what I do is I figure out how long I want my popper to be, and I want it to be, I want to start off with a little longer than I need, that way I can trim it if I need to. So I'm going to take a piece about, oh, that's about right. So I'm going to cut it right there. So I normally have a piece about yay long. When you double it, it's going to be about that big, and then we're going to twist it together, and that's going to create that little popper. And how I twist it together is I got a little piece of string here, and on the string I tied a little fishing swivel. So just like that. And then on the end of the fishing swivel I've got a little paper clip, or just a little piece of wire that I happen to grab about the right size, and I made like, it looks like a little paper clip out of it. So this side's bent over the swivel, this side's, I'm going to put my little string in. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. You're going to take this piece and you're going to grab both ends, and then you're going to twist them the same direction. So here's my ends, and I'm going to twist them both to the, in this case, to the left. So you can see as I start twisting it here, it's going to want to start twisting up. The top piece is going to start swiveling, and it's going to want to do that. Well, it's going to twist pretty loosely. So what I like is a little tighter twist. So what I want to do is I'm going to spread my hands apart, and I'm going to pull those twists out, and I'm going to make it so that it's got more tension and more twisting in those strings. And then pretty soon it's going to take over anyway, and it's still going to twist, but it's going to twist a lot tighter, and you're going to have a little firmer twist on there. So that's what I do. I kind of regulate the speed of that twist by how much I twist the pieces and how close my hands come together. Then when I get to the end, I'm going to tie a little overhand knot that's going to keep it from unraveling, and then you're good to go, and you can take it off and make another one, and we'll show you what to do from here. Okay, so here's our popper. It's got the little, just tied a little knot on there to keep it from unraveling, and this side has got the piece where we were around that little piece of wire. And so what you can do is untwist it just a little bit, stick the fall of your whip through there, and I like to secure it with a sheet bend, otherwise known as the halter knot. Works really good there. So now what's going to happen is when you wear that knot off or crack it off, it's going to start unraveling. So what I like to do is put a couple of little overhand knots in there. So there's one. I put an inch or two up from the end. That's probably about 2 inches. And then I'm going to put another one on this end. And I like to put it far enough down so you just there, about that far from the end. And that way, when you get her all done, there you'll have about 2 or 3 knots in there. That way when you wear the first one off, it'll unravel till you get to the second knot. And then after a while, it'll get worn down. You'll crack that one off, and then it'll unravel to the third knot. And by the time you crack that one off, you're going to need to get a new popper. But it'll last you for quite a while. So anyway, that's kind of what I do. My finished popper, and I just make 3 or 4 of them at a time, and then just keep them in a little box with the rest of my stuff, and that way I've always got an extra one.